Hello everyone, it's Angie here at Beads and Plenty More. Today I thought I'd show you this necklace done with a front closure. So I've got a couple pieces of chain coming off the end and that creates your clasp. So there's actually not a clasp in the back of the necklace. And it creates a nice little tassel dangle down. So I've got this one here. And I'll post a full supply list at the end of the video that you can screenshot and bring into the store to actually shop. But I'll run through basically what's here as well. I've got 2 pieces of 4 inches of chain, and that's what creates your little tie. Now 4 inches is a little bit long. You could make this little tie shorter, but you do want to have enough room for the tassel to hang down because that's what keeps your necklace on. And if it was really short, it might actually come undone when you're wearing it if it was fighting with a neckline to a shirt or something. And then I've got, for beads, I picked out a 4mm jasper, and I used pretty much the whole strand. So these come by the strand. So I threaded my pattern up, and I think I had 4 beads left over from my strand. And I've got a 6mm one just to create some interest within the necklace. And then when it comes to the actual dangles, this is a larger freshwater pearl. This is about a 10 to 12mm freshwater pearl. And I've got head pins to hang that and so on. We'll run through that as I do the necklace here. So I'm going to set this aside, and I've got one partially done here. So I used the same 6mm bead in this one, but I picked out a lighter colored bead, and you can see how that really changes the necklace up. So I've got one end done, ready to put the chain on, but I'm going to do the other end with you. I'm threading on the 19 strand 0.015 inch tiger wire, and this is a great basic medium weight tiger wire. Works really well for this project. So I'm going to thread my crimp bead on, wire guardian, and then I'm coming back through my crimp bead, and I also like to go through a few of my beads at the same time, and then I'll pull everything nice and tight. Oh, I didn't mention that I have some little metal spacers. This is about a 3mm spacer or round bead, and then there's a disc spacer or a daisy spacer as well. So get this all nice and tight. It's usually a good idea to get in the habit of double checking to make sure that you didn't leave a gap somewhere up here in your necklace or something before you squish that crimp bead. So I'll just come in and I'm just going to squish it flat. You can use crimping pliers here if you have them. And grab my wire cutters. So there's the necklace portion pretty much done. As far as patterning goes, you could change this up, but there's 2 little beads here and 3 in here. And then I've got these 2 fancy ones with the metal spacers and so on. There isn't an exact science to that. Necklace length, it's between 15 and 16 inches, and then the tie is also going to create part of your length. So it'll be 17 or 18 inches when it's kind of being worn. So it's not a choker necklace. So I'm going to attach the chain using some 4mm jump rings. So I'm using 2 pairs of pliers to open those. And if I can keep my plier on it, I'll just hook the chain as well. If I can get that chain to hook, maybe we'll just hook the other end of it. There we go. So same deal on the other side. So there we go. So now we're ready to add the dangle off the bottom. So on this case, I've got a glass teardrop, and I'm using a thin head pin. Now the problem with thin head pins is they have smaller ends on them. So you want to double check to make sure that it's not going to pull through your beads. And sometimes you'll just need to put a small seed bead or something on the bottom to keep it from not pulling through. But I'm going to grab with my round nose pliers and we're going to create wrapped loops. So I'm holding with the pliers and I'm creating a space there. So that's the space where my wraps are going to end up. And then I'm going to grab with the plier and I'm going to come back around this barrel. Now that creates the loop that actually hooks through. Hooks through my chain. So we'll just hook the end of the chain here. So I like to switch over to my needle nose pliers for this part because I'm just going to hold across my loop. If I can get a good grip on it, and I'm just going to wrap that tail end. So in this case, I think 2 wraps works. And I'll grab and cut. So when you're cutting with cutters, you want to cut with the flat side against your work here, because you can get a nice tight cut there. I say that and then I didn't get a real tight cut. So I'll just grab my second set of pliers and we'll hold with that one. And then we'll tuck in with the other pair. There we go. So same deal on the other one. Fold it over. This is the barrel I want to come around. So that's basically centering your loop by folding it over first. And then we hold and we wrap. That one cut nice and tight. Just make sure that that end is tucked in enough that it's not going to snag your clothing or something. So there we go. So this, when you go to wear it, you just loop it through like that and off you go. Quick and easy. Have a good day.